Hi friends, it's Berges again, and I want to talk about finding honest friendships and finding that true friend. And recently I had a situation that happened in my life where I began to wonder who's really on my side and who actually is loyal and a good friend in my life. And if you've ever been in a situation that's less than perfect, or something that you're dealing with in your life that's critically important, or something like possibly going through a really nasty divorce or breakup, you know how critical it is to know exactly who's on your side, who's your friend, who's loyal, and who's not. Because life is too short to waste our time around people who really just don't care, and they really don't care how we feel. And honestly, they're not really our true friends. The first thing that I've recognized is avoidance. And that avoidance is critical to be able to observe, because oftentimes when we're going through something stressful in our life, we're not aware of who's not necessarily there. And we don't take kind of a mental roll call in our mind to remind ourselves later. And oftentimes those people will come around when everything's great and life is wonderful and you're paying for everybody's drinks and food and all that good stuff. But when you needed somebody, they weren't there. The second tip that I have is always watch people when they're talking to you to be sure that they're making constant eye contact with you. Now, I don't mean weird, all the time eye contact where you feel like you can't get away and it's like some sort of CIA, Jedi mind trick or anything like that. But I'm talking about when you're literally talking to them and you're having a communication with them, when they're looking down or they're kind of looking up or around, really focus on that, because there's something about that. Either they don't believe what they're saying, or they don't want to really communicate with you, or they've done something that might not be considered what a friend would do. Does that make sense? I recently had it happen to me, and it's interesting how many different places people's eyes will look when they don't want to look you in the eye, because they've either done something or they haven't done something that they probably should have to call you and to consider you a friend. Third thing is very interesting, because like I was talking about avoidance, they happen to disappear in the toughest of times. And that disappearance, well, you know what? It sucks and it's painful. But one thing that I found out is that when that happens, you begin to find who your true friends are and spend more time with them, and eventually let these, so-called friendships fall by the wayside, because they really weren't friendships to begin with. The fourth tip that I have is that it's interesting when you do see someone and they kind of almost avoid you and want to go the other direction, but you're kind of right in their pathway. So it's kind of hard to do that without looking like a total ass. What happens is they sit there and talk to you, but they quickly want to leave. I mean, it's like they have like ants in their pants. They got to go right now. It's like, hey, it's good to see you. Oh my gosh, I got to run. I'll see you later. That is a good sign that they don't want to talk to you. That's a good sign that they probably don't want to get into deep conversation with you, and they kind of want to avoid that conversation all in all. Last but not least, small talk. Small talk from a stranger is one thing. Small talk from an acquaintance is totally cool too. But small talk from someone who's supposed to be your friend in a deep situation sucks. This is a direct sign that this person is not wanting to talk deeply with you, doesn't want to deal with the situation, doesn't want to be involved, and kind of just wants to kind of be left alone. This is another tip of somebody that probably doesn't have the best at heart for you, and somebody that you might want to kind of start, dividing your power and your energy from and moving into those people that seem to care. When we find out who our true friends are, we don't waste time with users anymore. And this is something that's so important, and I've realized this in my life, because the users are going to use, right? And they're going to eventually leave anyway. So why not cultivate those really cool relationships with the people that care? And you have that reciprocal cool relationship where you care for them and they care for you, and that seems like something that works out. So last but not least, I want to leave you with this thought. If you feel like you have to burn a bridge, perhaps there was never a bridge to actually burn. Find your true friends and hold on to them, care about them, and show them how much you care. They'll do the same. Let the others, cut them out, let them go. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope this video helped you. And I'll be back next week with another video to help you in another area of your life to find even greater success than you already have. Live your true life today.